Hello, planet Earth. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill 730.
Jill 730.
I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations as always. You've made your way to the Buffington Post.
How you doing?
So tomorrow on May 24th, 2017, we will be getting issues number 7 and 5 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 11 and Angel Season 11, respectively. And so today we are going to talk about what you had to say about last month's books in preparation for tomorrow's new entries. So get comfortable, guys, because today it's time for viewer feedback. Here we go.
You are invited.
Feel it, come on, believe it, say it like you mean it. Shout it out, feel it, come on, you need it. How you do it, shout it out.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Alright, so first off, we're going to start with comments from last month's Angel Season 11, number 4. What is it? Into the Past, or Through the Past? Out of the Past, Part 4. We'll start with Andre Asante. And Andre says, meh. Yeah. And moving on to who I think is a new commenter, Dami Calabro, one or the other, probably. And Dami says, hopefully this new arc will be way more interesting, to which I replied, it would have to be. And so, yeah, I'm hoping the same thing, Dami. Alright, and next up we've got Mr. Ken Miller. So let's start off with the good in this issue, which is I really enjoyed seeing present Illyria and past Illyria interact with one another. I also was very actually humored by Illyria giving Fred a pretty nice compliment coming from an old one. Now, I had some issues with the art in parts of this comic, but overall, I really did enjoy the art in this issue more than the past 3. But my largest issue with the season so far is the fact that you cannot just go around screwing with time the way they have been. And now with the preview that we've been given, which seems like we're going to see Darla and possibly Angelus, how is that not going to affect the future timeline if Darla sees Angel with a soul? Another problem is with the Illyria pretty much dormant inside Fred now because she spent so much of her mystical energies. How are they going to be able to get away from that time that past Illyria just sent them to? With Fred also making a comment about how she feels empty since Illyria is so dormant inside of her, it does make me think that they are more connected in ways that we have not yet explored. Makes me wonder if Fred would be able to somewhat tap into Illyria's powers without Illyria being fully conscious. I'm not really seeing what the season is about so far. I get that it's about changing the future. Said that this big bad entity can't come forth, but at the same time, the comic's called Angel, and it has really nothing to do with Angel at the moment. Just the fact that he is present and the future doesn't look too bright. My biggest overall problem with the season, though, besides the time travel, is that the characters besides Fred don't sound like themselves and aren't acting like themselves. If all this season is about getting back to the future to stop at future apocalypse, I'm not feeling it right now. They haven't even really explained what this apocalypse or event could be. And I sure as hell don't want to wait until the end of the damn season to find out what is the real problem. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much echoing everybody's sentiments about this damn Angel Season 11. I don't know, like, again, like in my predictions video, I said that I think Illyria somehow got split away from Fred's body, and the fact that past Illyria, like OG Illyria, said that Angel has to illuminate the path, I really am thinking that maybe Illyria is temporarily trapped in Angel, which, you know, he's not real good at having 3 different entities all up in him, if Angel Season 9 tells us anything. So that's a whole thing, and I don't know that it's true, but we will just have to see. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with Darla. I don't know how any of this actually makes sense with the timeline, because if Angel is affecting time itself, and if Illyria is affecting time itself, then how is that going to affect everything that's going on with Buffy and the really intricate parts of the Buffyverse at large? It's kind of annoying. What I would like to see is for us to have Angel and Fred, Illyria, kind of realize that they've messed up the timeline and need to go back and like tweak things and set things on the right course. But with only 12 issues, it seems, we won't have that much time to really like feel like we're getting somewhere. But I don't know. I'm hoping that this new Darla arc or mini arc will give us something interesting to chew on, because I mean, for the most part, what are we accomplishing? I'm right there with you, you know? So, anyway. And so, next up, we've got Mr. Gonzalo Ramirez. Okay, and so what Gonzalo says is, this is what I think about Angel, Season 11, and then he lists all 11 seasons of Buffy and all 11 seasons of Angel in order of what is his favorite, and Angel Season 11 is at the very bottom at number 20, so I thought that was pretty fucking funny. Well, I guess Angel's only had, what, 9 seasons? It's so confusing. Anyway. And finally, for the Angel book this month, we've got Desi 1790. And in reference to my bell that I say I'm gonna ding every time something doesn't make a shit ton of sense, Desi says that little bell is not gonna have a long life. That's like my favorite comment out of the bunch. Yeah, you're good.
Exactly.
Alright, so moving on to Buffy, Season 11, issue number 6, comments. We've got, first up again, Mr. Andre Asante. Andre says, this story somehow managed to be low-key and major at the same time. We don't have big old demon brawls and slayers mixing it up, but it still has me like, oh shit. The next issue needs to come out last week. This story deserves to be reviewed as a time capsule of our society in the same way that other great texts of history, or even Captain America fighting Nazis, are studied by the US now. It'd be an interesting way to teach young people and comic/fantasy lovers what was felt in our current climate. That's a really good point, and I really applaud what Buffy is doing, because it's not an easy thing that they're doing. Some people don't like how political Buffy has gotten, and they don't like how SJW Buffy has become. But I think it's fine. I think it's fun, and it really is a nice way to kind of, encapsulate what young people, especially right now, are feeling about the state of affairs within our nation. And it's just super exciting, and it's a move, I had my coffee cup and I was like, good luck dealing with politics, Buffy, but they're doing it pretty well. So thanks, Andre. All right, and moving on to Soil 9, I think is how I'm supposed to be pronouncing your name. He says, oh damn, great recap. Thanks. All right, and next up we've got Deekster Bogard. That's a name. And Deekster says, dude, I love your hair in this video, and this issue had me fuming. The government of the Buffyverse is planning what can be a potential genocide. Yeah, everybody's a little upset about the whole, let's just suck all the magic out of people. But yeah, anytime anybody wants to compliment me on my hair, please feel free. Alright, and next up, we've got Black Irish Rye. And Rye says, that sign just made me cringe. Good voice. Again with the compliments. Feel free, shower me with compliments. Like, flattery will get you everywhere at the Buffington Post. Alright, and next we've got Mr. Gonzalo Ramirez again. And Gonzalo says, very solid issue. High points to the fight we have in the beginning. They gave us information that we needed to understand what's going on with the government. The only thing I'm not that too excited about is seeing Buffy powerless again in the upcoming issues. They explored that too many times already. Season 3, Season 8, Season 9. I'd like to see Wolfram and Hart, just to know that this time they don't introduce characters for nothing, like Billy or Satsu coming to Buffy's apartment in Season 10. Also, it would be nice if Calliope turns out to be Alwyn in disguise. She promised revenge, after all, last season. Also, I loved Willow's black dress and Buffy's brown jacket. So far, this is the best comic season of Buffy. I don't know how I feel about calling this the best season so far of Buffy, but I don't know, like maybe it will turn out to be, but Season 10 was pretty damn strong in my opinion. As far as what's going on with Calliope, I don't think she's Alwyn in disguise. I don't think Alwyn is really like wanting to hang out in the not an internment camp. And also, why would Alwyn pose as somebody who's not even like proficient in magic? That whole argument doesn't hold a lot of water with me. Again, Wolfram and Hart, yeah, we need them to show up. I really thought that they would be showing up to defend the demons, but it could be that they're all mixed up in this too to try and just get some demon power on the cheap. So, I don't know. And I don't know that we will see Buffy powerless. Like I said, I don't read ahead. I'm not into spoilers. Like, don't bring your spoilers to the Buffington Post, anybody. Like, I'm so not about that. I had somebody saying, "Ooh, blah, blah, blah. I've got spoilers." And I was like, nah, I'm not into that. Like, keep your spoilers to your damn self. So I don't know if Buffy will be powerless. I doubt it, because like you said, they've done it enough that it just seems like, how much can we really draw from that well this late in the game? So I'm not thinking she'll be powerless. But thanks, Gons. Alright, and Ken Miller is next with his very long comment, and I have to go to dinner with my grandparents, so I'm just gonna skim through this. I can't read it verbatim because it's long. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is you absolutely love that bell and you found a perfect way to use it. Thank you. I enjoy the bell. I hope you guys are all enjoying the bell. He loved the issue. Loves that we're getting the emotional stuff and the heavy stuff, but the information that we need. Thinks we're doing an excellent job with the writing. Can't wait to see where it ends up. Government using machine to suck out magic. Sounds like the opposite of what Angel and Faith, or what Whistler was trying to do in Angel and Faith Season 9. It's going to be very interesting to see how they play out the opposite spectrum of what Whistler was trying to do. What the humans are going to do with all this power is the big question. The other big question is we haven't heard anything about the dragon or who the hell summoned it. I'm right there with you, Ken. It's so crazy. Like, we need to get to the bottom of the dragon situation. The government obviously got some help or made a deal with Wolfram and Hart. This is just a theory of Ken's, but he doesn't see why they would bring Wolfram and Hart back at the end of Season 10 if they're not going to have a role to play in the future. We just talked about that. Like, yeah, they need to bring them in, like, figure out where they are in this whole puzzle piece. Did you notice how Buffy mentioned when she was brawling with the ogre that her being poisoned was nothing new? Yes, I did. Because Giles had done it to her, etc. It's kind of coincidental that you made that video a month ago about Buffy's cruciamentum, and here we are again talking about it. Am I telepathic? Am I Beta George? I'm neither, but I'm Preston L. Young, and you can come right back into the Buffy Nimbus. Very creative of Spike to think of a distraction to get them past the magical barriers, and to have them having a relationship disagreement. Although, you know, they were just giving Spike something to do because, you know, what the heck is Spike doing? My sister's calling. He thinks Spike is more intelligent than we often give him credit for, and he applauds Buffy for pulling off the whole pissed off girlfriend, you don't have to walk me to work. Loved that. Great to have them bring up Season 4. We don't really have them talk about that time in their lives anymore. So I like that we're getting to rehash just a little bit. Just enough for us to say, look, Season 4 isn't forgotten. Season 4 gets a bad rap. Happy to have Rebecca Isaacs back for the art. Me too, I love Rebecca. I feel that she really captures our characters well on the page. Once again, no one draws Dawn better than her. No one. I don't know, I like Gentie's Dawn, it's fine. Back to Spike and Buffy for a minute. I have never really been a Spuffy fan. But after the past 3 seasons of them figuring out what's between them, and now them having been in a relationship for, I want to say, has been about 2 years, I've really grown to like them together. They balance each other very well, so I've officially hopped on this Buffy train. Amanda, where do I sign up for the fan club? The only real downside to the season so far is that we have not gotten to see the rest of our Scoobies in the past few issues. We got the phone call with Dawn with some information, about Xander getting in fights, trying to protect the Wiccans that are out being put into the safe zones, but beyond that, not really much has been said, so it will be interesting to see if Buffy, Willow, and Spike will be able to get back soon, or are we going to be in the safe zone the entire season? I said I very much enjoyed the issue, can't wait for next month, already hope it just keeps getting better and better. Well, as far as, the Spuffy stuff, I'm right there with you. It took me a while to come around to Spuffy, but in Season 10, right when we got to the middle, toward the end, I got it. I was like, I get Spuffy. And I've always really gotten it intellectually. I've just never really felt it before. It's not something that I ever looked to with any kind of real hope around it. It's always something that I thought, oh, it's great for you to have something going on. I just don't know that something is very healthy, And so, Spuffy, I'm glad you've come around to the Spuffy because they've put a lot of work into it, and I think that's what you're speaking to, is the fact that they have really made Spuffy work in a way that for me on television it never did. I didn't never really feel like just that was healthy for either of them, and I'm glad that even though it's not great and it's not ideal, and they don't really idealize it on the page either, but I am glad that they've put in the work. That's what you gotta do. If you want to be in a relationship and you realize there's problems, but you want to keep it together, you've got to put in the work. So, yeah, and as far as, getting back to the Scoobies, I really want to get back to the Scoobies, and I haven't heard diddly about this Giles mini-series that they said that we were going to get. I don't even know if that's even still a thing. I've not heard, like I said, anything about it. So I don't know what to do with that. I need my Dawn back in my life. I need Xander back in my life. I need us to touch base with Setsu. Where's Harmony? Where's Andrew? We need some folks around to get this shit together. And yeah, we were spoiled, and Faith is coming back in issue 8, and so tomorrow we got issue number 7 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 11, and we have issue number 5 of Angel season 11. I'll probably do Buffy first this month, and if I don't get Angel out tomorrow night, it will be out on Thursday, and I've still got to do The Leftovers reviews, or The Leftovers review from Sunday's episode Certified. I swear to God, you guys, if you're not watching The Leftovers, you are kidding yourself. You are really, really putting yourself at a disadvantage because it is the most beautiful show on television. It's the best. So tune into my The Leftovers reviews. You can just go to the main channel page and find them. That's pretty much all for today, you guys. Like I said, I've got to go to dinner, so have yourself a great day today, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Come on, believe it. Say it like you mean it. Shout it out. Feel it. Come on, you need it. How you do it. Shout it out.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
My BFF. Joe? 730.